Imagine buying a used BMW because everyone online called the B58 bulletproof, only to get hit with a repair bill before the odometer even reaches 120,000 miles. Meanwhile, another engine quietly crosses 300,000 miles with little more than routine maintenance, while a third has the power to outlive the vehicle or cost you $5,000 because of one tiny failed part. So, which engine actually deserves its legendary reputation? And which one is secretly the biggest gamble? After 12 years of working on these engines, I'm putting the BMW B58, Toyota 2 GRFE, and GMLS head-to-head using real-world failure data, long-term repair costs, and what actually happens after 200,000 miles, because the engine with the best reputation isn't always the one I'd spend my own money on. Section 1. Meet the contenders. On paper, these three engines couldn't be more different. First up, BMW's B58, a 3.0-liter turbocharged inline-six powering everything from the Toyota Supra to the BMW 340i and M240i. Since launching in 2015, it has won multiple Engine of the Year awards and helped rebuild BMW's reputation for reliability. But here's the question nobody can answer with complete confidence. Can it still earn that reputation after 200,000 miles? That's where things get interesting. Toyota took a completely different approach. The 2 GRFE is a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6 that's been powering Camrys, Highlanders, Avalons, Siennas, Tacomas, and millions of other vehicles since 2005. Toyota has built over 15 million of these engines. Here's why that matters. Because unlike newer engines, we aren't relying on a handful of owner reports. We have decades of real-world data. Then there's the GMLS, a pushrod V8 that has powered Silverados, Tahoes, Camaros, Corvettes, and countless performance builds. People have swapped LS engines into everything from old BMWs to race cars because they're simple, powerful, and easy to repair. But there's one version of the LS that mechanics secretly hope you don't buy. We'll get to that in a minute. 3 manufacturers, 3 completely different ways of building an engine. One question: which one actually survives the test of time? All chasing the same goal, long-term durability, but they don't all get there the same way. Section 2. The engineering behind their reputation. Most engine failures don't happen by accident. They begin on the engineer's drawing board, and that's exactly why understanding the design tells you what usually breaks first. Let's start with the BMW. After the N54 and N55 became known for expensive problems, BMW had something to prove. The B58 was their answer. It uses a closed-deck engine block for extra strength, forged internal components, and a much stronger cooling system than its predecessors. Mechanically, it was a huge step forward for BMW, but then BMW made one decision that still frustrates technicians today. The timing chain sits at the back of the engine. Great for engineers, painful for owners. But if major timing chain work is ever needed, the engine has to come out. A repair that sounds small can suddenly become a multi-$1,000 job. Toyota went in the opposite direction. Instead of chasing maximum performance, Toyota chased consistency. The 2 GRFE combines port and direct injection, helping keep the intake valves cleaner than most direct injection-only engines. It also produces relatively modest horsepower for its displacement, and that's intentional. Toyota left a healthy safety margin, because engines pushed close to their limits rarely age gracefully. The GMLS follows a completely different philosophy. Keep it simple. A single camshaft, push rods, fewer moving parts, less complexity. That simplicity is one of the biggest reasons mechanics love the LS. But then GM introduced active fuel management, better known as AFM. On paper, it saves fuel by shutting down cylinders. In the real world, it introduced one of the most expensive failure points in modern LS trucks. And that's where this comparison gets interesting. None of these engines are bad. In fact, all 3 are capable of reaching 200,000 miles. The real question isn't whether they'll get there. It's how much they'll ask from your wallet before they do. Section 3. What actually fails first? This is where marketing ends and real ownership begins. Because an engine doesn't become unreliable when the block fails. It becomes unreliable when the repairs never seem to stop. Let's start with the BMW B58. Here's the irony. The engine itself isn't the biggest problem. The crankshaft, pistons, connecting rods, and block have proven incredibly strong. Everything around them is what starts costing money. Between 80,000 and 120,000 miles, it's common to see water pumps, thermostats, expansion tanks, valve cover gaskets, and oil filter housing gaskets needing attention. None of these repairs are catastrophic by themselves, but together, they add up quickly. The good news? Stay ahead of the maintenance, and the B58 will often pull hard well past 200,000 miles. Now let's move to the Toyota 2 GRFE. Here's the surprising part. This engine is almost boring, and that's exactly why people love it. The most common repair is the water pump, usually somewhere around 150,000 miles. Earlier models also had oil line issues that Toyota later addressed. Beyond that, major internal engine failures are incredibly rare. Seeing one pass 300,000 miles on its original internals isn't unusual. Routine maintenance isn't just recommended here. It's usually all the engine asks for. Now, the GMLS. This one depends entirely on which version you're buying. Older LS engines without active fuel management have earned their legendary reputation for a reason. Oil pumps, rear main seals, or valve springs may eventually need attention, but the bottom end is incredibly durable. The story changes with AFM-equipped engines. The lifters responsible for shutting down cylinders can fail, and when they do, you're often looking at a repair bill between $3,000 and $5,000. That's the repair that has given some modern LS trucks a reputation they never deserved. The strongest engine isn't always the cheapest one to own, and internet hype doesn't always match ownership. So let's see what 200,000 miles actually costs. Section 4. The real cost to reach 200,000 miles. Let's assume you buy each vehicle with around 50,000 miles already on it. Which owner spends the least money over the next 150,000 miles? Toyota wins. And honestly, it isn't even close. One water pump, regular oil changes, spark plugs, belts, a few wear items. That's about it. Most owners spend roughly $1,500 to $2,500 on repairs over those 150,000 miles. Now the LS. If you own a non-AFM version, your repair costs stay surprisingly close to the Toyota. But if those AFM lifters fail, everything changes. That single repair can add thousands of dollars overnight. Most owners spend roughly $2,000 to $6,000 depending on the engine variant. Now the BMW. There's no denying it. The B58 costs the most to maintain. Cooling system repairs, oil leaks, ignition components, occasional VANOS issues, and in the rare event, major timing chain work becomes necessary. Labor costs alone become painful. Expect somewhere around $5,000 to $9,000 in long-term repair costs. But repair bills don't tell the whole story. A 200,000-mile Toyota may be worth a few $1,000s. A BMW with a healthy B58 often sells for considerably more, and full-size GM trucks continue holding their value remarkably well. So don't just ask, "What did I spend?" Also ask, "What did I still own after spending it?" Because that's the real cost of ownership. So, which engine actually survives 200,000 miles? The answer is, all three can get there. But they don't all get there the same way. If your priority is spending the least amount of money while enjoying the highest chance of trouble-free ownership, the Toyota 2 GRFE is the clear winner. If you want huge aftermarket support, simple repairs, and an engine that's become a legend for enthusiasts, the GMLS remains one of the best V8 platforms ever built, especially if you avoid AFM models. And if driving enjoyment matters just as much as reliability, the BMW B58 offers a driving experience the other two simply can't match. It asks more from your wallet, but it rewards you every time you drive it. At the end of the day, the best engine isn't the one with the best reputation. It's the one that matches your budget, your expectations, and the way you actually drive. Now, I want to hear from you. If I handed you the keys to all three today, which one would you keep for the next 200,000 miles? The BMW B58, the Toyota 2 GR, or the GMLS? If you've owned one of these engines, share your experience below. Your story might save another driver thousands of dollars. And if you enjoy honest, mechanic-backed advice instead of internet myths, hit subscribe because next week I'm testing 7 popular fuel additives to find out which ones genuinely clean your engine, and which ones are nothing more than expensive colored liquid. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.